Memphis, Tennessee on WCRV. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Hank. How are you?
Good. Nice to be on the air with you.
Hey, I appreciate it. I have a question. I kind of think I know what the answer is going to be based on your comments about the emerging church. What do you think of the Message Bible? I've read through the Bible now for 5 years, doing the one Bible through the year, and I thought, the Message Bible might be kind of nice to just read, sort of get a little bit more down-to-earth insights, but it's kind of bothering me.
Well, you look at the Lord's Prayer, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. And then there's an omission. Peterson, Eugene Peterson, the author, leaves out any equivalent to hallowed be thy name. And instead he writes, Our Father in heaven, reveal who you are, set the world right, do what's best, as above, so below, keep us alive with 3 square meals, keep us forgiven with you and forgiving others, keep us safe from ourselves and the devil. You're in charge, you can do anything you want, you're ablaze in beauty, yes, yes, yes. That's some literary license, to say the least. Yeah, there's some real literary license there. And so I don't think you want to call it a translation. This maybe goes even beyond the parameters of a paraphrase.
Yeah, and the reason I thought it might be good is like going through Job. Sometimes Job can be really challenging. And I thought, wow, this would be good. At least I can maybe get some more understanding of all of the conversations and have it make a little bit more sense. But I hadn't read the Lord's Prayer part, so, that is kind of ridiculous when you read it like that.
Another one I remembered was 1 Corinthians chapter 6, where Eugene Peterson refrains from mentioning homosexuality. Why? Because it's not politically correct, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's certainly mentioned in the Greek. And so instead of homosexuality, he has those who use and abuse each other, use and abuse sex. Of course, homosexuals would have no problem with Peterson's text in that they don't consider sodomy and abuse of sex.
Yeah.
In their view, it's simply an alternative lifestyle.
Yeah, I could see that. So it's probably one of those things that is not inherently evil in itself, but probably not a good thing to have as your sole reference material.
No, I wouldn't use it as your sole reference material, and I'd be very careful because on what basis does Peterson add to the text of the passage I was just talking about, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, a sin that isn't mentioned by God, use and abuse of the earth? The point may be valid, but on what basis do you enter that in the text at that point?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I sure appreciate that, Hank. It kind of opens my eyes a little bit, and I'll just go back to my standard translation.
I think that would be well advised.
Okay, thank you so much.
You got it. I'm reading his translation of Matthew 5, of course, the famous Sermon on the Mount. One of the most significant verses, verse 48, be perfect, therefore, even as your heavenly Father is perfect. Well, Peterson changes that to grow up, your kingdom subjects, now live like it, live out your God-created identity, live generously and graciously towards others the way God lives towards you. I'm quite certain that isn't the point that Jesus Christ was making.